These are fun.
Aren't they?
Oh no, shit!
Worth it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Game Mode. We are back with some more Super Mario 3D World. We are still in this fucking hole of misery that we call Mystery House. But this time we're gonna fucking do it.
Damn right. God damn, it's fucking tough.
So we're doing a post-commentary this time because honestly the only way that we could beat this was to take off our extra character, take off our headphones, and just
Power through.
yeah, not try to talk, not try to commentate, just focus totally on doing it. This shit is hard, man.
It really was. I think it took us, what, like 3-4 hours to do?
Yeah, something like that.
But it is absolutely amazing to watch because the synchronicity that we get
Yeah,
through some of these attempts.
the first like 10 floors we had down to such a fine art of doing it over and over again.
It was, you know, it was tough, but it was one of the most rewarding things that I've done.
It was very satisfying to finish it, for sure.
Just getting the pattern down, knowing where to go, knowing what to do. It was, yeah, it was fun.
And this is the second hardest thing, and you know, honestly, I think this is going to be harder than Champions Road. We haven't tried Champions Road yet, but I think this is going to be the harder.
You know, what makes this one here so difficult, it's that single fuck up makes you have to do it all over again.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it wasn't for that, this would have been a fairly simple task, actually.
Yeah.
Like, most of the stuff seemed pretty straightforward. I love these skates. This was, what, our first major roadblock.
Yeah.
And
Well, that was the thing. By the end, things that seemed impossible at first were just routine.
yeah.
So obviously there was a lot of learning as we went. The skate level at first seemed like fucking impossible. We didn't get it at all, like what we were supposed to do there.
And, you know, it was like little things that were actually fairly simple. It's things like you didn't have to jump into the skate, which both of us thought for the longest while,
Yeah.
and that saved precious seconds.
Yeah.
The other aspect that made it difficult, I found, was your momentum stops. So when you get in the skate, it stops for a second, so you've got to build up your speed again.
Yeah. Yeah, especially on that ice where momentum is hard to come by to begin with.
Yeah.
Losing it and starting over. Like the first 3 seconds of your 10 seconds are getting your momentum there, and then you lose it again.
Yeah, exactly. But at least the skate controls well.
Yeah.
So a lot of this here, as you see, we figured out, it's like, okay, let's just let one character do it. The second character kind of gets in the way, which is probably the one thing with this game overall that I find was sometimes having that second character just gets in the way. Like Switch platforms, for example. That just doesn't work, or you know, some of these climbing things. And yeah, there we go, failing it again. That star was the bane of Jay's existence.
Yeah, there's something about that,
the cat dive.
that last run, I just did it too fast and I ran into the fuzzies. But yeah, there's something about climb. I could get the climb up, but then the actual cat dive over the wall, I never got that right for some reason.
Yeah. And I wonder if part of that's just because you're used to a different mechanic when you hit that attack button. You're not used to diving, you're used to getting more height, right?
Yeah.
And that makes a huge difference, I think.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you found the same thing. You were having issues going back to characters like Toad or Luigi or...
Yeah, pretty much
Because-
anybody. Rosalina is OP as fuck, and I never wanted to play anybody else ever.
But, of course, it doesn't work that way.
No. Not when we had to do every character for every level in the whole damn thing.
Well, I mean, it wasn't until the end of the game that you got Rosalina anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, that's going to obviously affect it. Yeah, it's... Oh, you went in for the recovery in this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found out we didn't have time to get the balls, so if we messed it up, it's like, well, one of the characters is going to try to suicide for it.
Yep.
I actually think we did the same tactic in the first version of that.
Yeah.
of that one as well. It's just like,
Yeah,
I'm going for it.
We got pretty good with the baseballs eventually, but I know the first mystery house that was based all around baseballs that was kind of a clusterfuck. We didn't do super great at that one.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, too, like, the way you did that there, just Rosalina's attack happens to send it right down perfectly.
Yeah.
Each time, or 90% of the time, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it actually, like, bounces off if you do your spin attack while you're lined up straight with it. It bounces off the railing, bounces off your character, then goes over the railing, and happens to line up perfectly.
Yeah. Which is, you know, those little tricks, that's what this is really about. This one here, the big trick in this one is definitely follow the arrows.
Yeah.
This one is don't cat climb until you hit the wall, which is something that I think the first time I did it, I managed to fluke it out.
Yeah, we fluked that a couple times.
But yeah, we found jumping up. I don't know what happened here. I don't know why Peach couldn't climb this. Every other time we'd done this before, for the longest while.
It was you.
Well, for the longest while, though, I was the one who was able to make it, not you.
I never couldn't make it.
Oh, I remember getting this. Like, I'm talking like in the original version of it. I remember me getting it and you not quite making it, right?
Yeah, see, that dive there, I'm not good at that. That switching from a climbing action to a
diving
90 degrees different from where you were climbing, and just could not get that down.
Yeah. As you can see, like a lot of this stuff
A lot of it, it's just routine.
Yeah.
You just learn the routine and it stops being an issue.
Yeah. It was...
But unfortunately, in order to practice the routine, you have to do the 15 floors before it over and over and over again.
Yeah. It's probably the toughest aspect of it, not quite having a place to practice.
Yeah.
And again, because all of these are different than what they were in the first iterations of them.
Yeah.
It makes you can't even really go to the like little 5 or 10 star ones and get it figured out. You just have to hope.
Yeah.
This one here is the bane of our fucking existence. So I don't know why.
There's definitely a mechanic for jumping off the heads of the flowers. Neither of us is good at it.
I have no idea how I made it there.
Yep. So that was some cheese, and we took advantage of the fact that we got the cheese and just kept going.
Yeah. And that was, I think, kind of our last roadblock.
It really was.
You'll see that here. Yeah. Just take a breather because, oh my god, intense.
The pressure was on now because we didn't want to fucking do it again.
Yeah.
We cleared the fucking plant. We knew we wanted to beat it, and did not want to fucking do it again.
Yeah. So, let's see.
Oh yeah, the flower pots.
Yeah. This one here, I could see the big trick there is not realizing you have to kill the prong plants afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
This one is pretty straightforward. Just
Run.
Dodge.
Yeah. Run and don't die.
Done. I can't remember what comes up next. Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one is.
Wall jump
it
cheese.
wants you to follow the path up from the left all the way around, but you can just wall jump up the middle.
Yeah.
Obviously, if the spotlight breaks a brick you need to jump on, you're basically fucked then.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful with that one. That one we did a good job of not fucking each other over by dropping the bricks.
Yep.
Boomer.
He goes invisible, but he's only a one hit, so it'd be pretty ridiculous if it wasn't. And this one here is just run. You get the stamp, you get the star, and actually I think we should cut here and go back to the little bit of game audio that we did.
No, it's too late already.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
You removed it.
No, it was nice. We were pretty fucking psyched. We got very excited to have beaten it, but
yeah, that was almost 4 hours of work. So the last 2 videos were our first 2 attempts at, like our first 2 recording chunks at it, and then we just realized that for us to try to keep commentary going up and continue going through that with and being able to keep it interesting just wasn't going to happen. So,
yeah, we had to choose one or the other.
yeah.
Alright guys, well, thank you very, very much for watching. As always, sure to stay tuned for the rest of the series as we go through Champions Road. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.